What is the big problem with pause? Who decided to make a cinematic intro? How much money did he spend? How much time did that leave us? 7 minutes? Fine, I guess it'll have to do. Hi there, I'm Major Hound, and I like to play games. I've spent countless hours in different games, but out of all of them, I've spent the most time in War Thunder, sitting at just over 3,000 hours. However, spending this much time on a game is bound to reveal a multitude of issues that it possesses, and War Thunder is no exception. So today, I'd like to discuss what I think the biggest problem with War Thunder is. But first, what is War Thunder? War Thunder is the largest free-to-play vehicle action combat sim made by Gaijin Entertainment, where you can take control of over 2,000 different aircraft, helicopters, ground forces, and naval vessels to go head-to-head in realistic collaborative battles, dropping you into intense PvP experiences in full-scale combat missions, which will be sure to inflict catastrophic damage to your keyboard and send your headphones sailing across the room. Don't get me wrong, War Thunder can be fun, after you spent hours learning about different tactics and strategies, that is. You'll find yourself enjoying the thrill of outsmarting your opponents, and occasionally the game itself, giving you moments where you feel like a tactical genius, and then getting vaporized by a missile from across the map the next. But while War Thunder can be an exciting and even immersive game at times, it's not without its issues. Issues that become quite apparent after you've logged a few hundred or even a few thousand hours into it. So let's dive into them. Let's start with what everyone who spent more than a few hours in War Thunder knows all too well: the grind. There's a couple factors which decide on how long the grind takes, but most people blame the problem here on lacking rewards. Think you've had a good game? Maybe you racked up a dozen kills, but what do you get? A measly 20k research. Great, after only 8 games and 2 to 3 hours at rank 6, you've unlocked one vehicle and can now start climbing the mountain that is unlocking upgrades. You'll soon realize that progress moves forward at a snail's pace, and while Gaijin have recently reduced vehicle cost and upped Silver Lion and research point gain, it still remains abhorrently tedious and painful. But while the grind is painful, there's another glaring issue that people like to refer to as pay to win. While you can't throw cash at the game to skip the whole grind, Gaijin does allow you to buy premium vehicles, and suddenly you're raking in more research than someone who's been grinding 3 times as long. I know Gaijin relies on monetary transactions to stay in business, and it's not like spending money guarantees you'll win every battle, but allowing new players to fill lobbies with more skilled players absolutely ruins any sense of balance. And if you're not willing to pay, get comfortable, because it's going to be a long road to top tier vehicles. I haven't spent a single dime on this game, and I started playing War Thunder back in 2017. It wasn't until just this past summer that I finally reached the end of a single tech tree. Now this brings me to an important point. War Thunder is often compared to FPS shooters like Valorant or Counter-Strike, and I think that's a bad way to think of it. War Thunder acts and feels much more like an online MMO, where progress is slow and any gains are supplemented by monetary means. Recently, I've been playing Elite Dangerous, another game where the grind is a bit like a second job. The similarities between the two being what prompted me to make this video in the first place. Just like War Thunder, you can spend hours grinding for credits and learning the intricacies of its complex system. But what stood out to me wasn't how similar their gameplay was, but rather how they made me feel. Empty and lacking any sort of joy upon the end of my goals. There are so many more issues I could cover, like matchmaking, underwhelming updates, spawn camping, chat toxicity, copy-paste vehicles, or the terrible disappointment that is naval battles. But as I dug deeper into all these issues with War Thunder, I stumbled upon what might just be the biggest problem. What is gained for selling your soul to a snail? Sun Tzu, probably. Despite its flaws, War Thunder is truly a one-of-a-kind game, filled with an incredible variety of vehicles and providing an immersive combat experience. There's something just so captivating about soaring through the skies in a modern fighter or tearing across a battlefield in a World War II tank. When you finally have that good game, whether it's dropping a nuke or hitting a 10-kill streak, the rush is undeniable. You feel that surge of adrenaline, and just for a moment, it's all worth it. But War Thunder doesn't let you enjoy those victories for long. You're immediately thrust back into the grind, chasing after that next vehicle, just out of reach. And here is where we face an uncomfortable truth. Many games, like War Thunder, are designed to keep us hooked by exploiting our psychological need for achievement and progression. Every small victory or reward keeps us coming back, thinking that the next big achievement is just around the corner. It makes you question, are we really playing these games or are they playing us? The developers that make these games have perfected the balance between reward and frustration, creating a loop that keeps us trapped without ever fully satisfying us. But despite knowing all of this, we still come back. Why? Because in those fleeting moments of triumph, when you've outplayed your opponent, it feels worth it. That brief rush of accomplishment keeps us going, chasing the next high. It's a cycle we willingly enter, knowing that it'll take more from us than it gives back. But this is the big problem with War Thunder. It's not the grind, pay-to-win mechanics, or matchmaking. It's that the game is designed to keep us trapped in a loop where the joy of playing is often dwarfed by the effort it takes to get there. We tell ourselves it's fun, and sometimes it really is, but more often than not, it's a grind that ends up costing our time, money, and emotions. So in the end, the question becomes, is it worth it? Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, consider subscribing. I'm not monetized, so every like and comment really does help. And once again, thanks for watching.